2 years later, I'm back in the Raptor. But this time, this isn't just any regular Raptor. What we're working with here is a 3-liter V6 engine tuned by Ford Performance. It makes about 392 horses and 583 Newton meters of torque. Now, I can sit around here all day and read you the spec sheet, but really, do you really want that? Let's go out and drive, shall we? Okay, so now that we're out on the road, I can finally somehow describe how this vehicle feels like with its on-road manners. Okay, so I've always touted the Raptor as a sort of everyday trophy truck. Why? Because the price, well, it is quite competitive, especially during its pre-excise tax era. At the time, this was priced at 2.7 million, but now it's about 3 million plus. So it is quite expensive now, but that doesn't mean that it's still not a seller. As a matter of fact, Ford has announced that they've sold about 1,000 units of the V6 Raptor, which means, people are actually buying this truck and are actually appreciating that the Raptor gets the powertrain it deserves. So this has the 3-liter V6. The Ford Performance tuned 3-liter V6 makes about 392 horses and about 583 Newton meters of torque. That is a whole lot for a mid-size pickup truck, and it's the only one in its segment that offers that kind of performance with that kind of off-road performance as well. Now, that being said, on-road, it is still quite easy to drive. Yes, it is a huge vehicle, but it's nothing like the Ford F-150 or the Ram 1500, which is extremely huge. This one, you can still drive it every day, and it's actually very comfortable too, thanks to its dual flow bypass valve Fox suspension. Now, with that, I can easily cut through traffic. I can easily park this vehicle in various malls. It's a tall vehicle, but at the same time, it's not tall enough that you're restricted on where you can go. You can still go anywhere. I think the Ram 1500 still takes the cake in the sense that you can't use that car anywhere because that height is so huge. But this, very easy to drive still. And you have your full set of ADAS. You have adaptive cruise control, rear cross traffic alert, blind spot monitoring. You have everything. The full safety set is here in this vehicle. So, if you're out with the family, you will be safe at all times. Now, second, one thing that I've noticed is the fuel consumption of this isn't exactly good. Why? That's because it's the type of engine that you just want to push and push because the exhaust note is so intoxicating. So this has a valved exhaust. You can have 4 modes of exhaust. You have quiet, normal, sport, and Baja. Now, in Baja, it says it's only for off-road use only. That's because Ford describes it as a sense that it's an exhaust that nearly replicates a straight pipe system. Now, I don't know how true that is, but it is indeed quite noisy. There is nothing pumped inside through the speakers, which I like very much. The exhaust note of this, phenomenal. So I'm gonna try to push it a bit down here. See if you can hear that through the camera. That's the sound of the Ford Ranger Raptor V6, and it actually takes some people off guard as well. I think that's what I like about this car very much, is because, yes, it's a Raptor, but people know the Raptor as having the bi-turbo diesel, right? But with this, you have an engine that, with an exhaust note that you would expect in a regular sports sedan. But here, you get it on a truck. And that is extremely, extremely fun. And at the same time, you have high ground clearance, so you don't have to worry about potholes and anything of the sort. The seats hug you tightly, so even if you take a corner, the torque vectoring takes control. Because when you're in sport mode, this becomes an all-wheel drive vehicle. So the traction is very, very good, especially when you're exiting out of corners. So the Raptor, well, it's a trophy truck for the road, so it belongs out here, off-road. And so one of the differences between this and the bi-turbo diesel is the fact that this has the Fox live dampers. The live valve dampers, so it does, change things up a bit. Well, not just a bit, but turns it up to 11. Because not only is it adaptive already, it adapts on the road at all times, and you can really feel that. That not only includes here off-road, but also on-road. It's also a bit more comfortable. But off-road, you've got beefier components all throughout. And see, this is where the Raptor really shines, in those high loose surfaces. You can just put it into Baja mode right down here, and it just goes. Finally, the Raptor, it really deserves that Raptor name with this kind of performance, this kind of engine. The engine is tuned by Ford Performance. That also includes the Fox damper. So yes, the dampers is Fox suspension, which is a higher end suspension, but Ford Performance, the in-house performance team of Ford, tuned the shocks specifically for the Raptor V6. When I had the Raptor diesel, to be honest, it was a good truck, yes, but I felt that it lacked the performance that the Raptor name should have had. And finally, you have a Raptor that's deserving of the badge with a very potent engine. The 10-speed transmission of this, I always found the 10-speed of Ford a bit cumbersome in the sense that it keeps on hunting gears. And for the diesel, the 10-speed was decent, but it wasn't fast enough that when you use the paddle shifters, it kind of, took a while before it could get going. But for this, it's actually very responsive. Second, third, back to second. It's so fast. And the paddle shifters feel really good too. This is made out of metal, so it adds a sense of specialness and character to the car, which I like very much. I think this is the best truck in the market right now, especially, you want an off-road ready vehicle that's always ready for loose surfaces. You see, the Raptor really shines as a trophy truck. I mean, that's why you have Baja mode, right? So the Raptor name started with the F-150. So that was more than 10 years ago. And that thing had a V8 engine. It had the performance to back it up. Now, it slowly trickled down into the Rangers. So my friend right there, Johan, he brought the last gen Ranger Raptor. So that thing had a 2-liter bi-turbo diesel. Now at the time, it was a very, very good truck. I remember when Ford Philippines had a test drive event in Arcovia City. They really showcased, and they were very confident in the Raptor performance, its off-road prowess. And that continues on here, but even better with this gem of a motor. This motor is something else. So we're gonna try to do this. Okay, cool stuff. So, this is the traction. You have that much traction with this Baja mode here. So right now we're in 4 high. So you have grip in all fronts, front and back. And the thing here in this off-road area, this off-road course, is you can get stuck really easily. But the Raptor does have BF Goodrich KO2 tires fitted. These are Baja tires. These are Baja specific tires. These aren't regular BF Goodrich KO2s. They are specific for the Raptor. So they're engineered and built specifically for the Raptor and for the Baja Championship in Mexico. So you have the performance to back it up. Ford didn't forget about any facet of the car for you to have fun off-road. There was a time when Ford brought in the diesel. People were asking, why didn't they bring in the V6 gasoline? That's because they thought it would be too expensive to sell. But now with this, I think Ford was proven wrong. They were able to sell 1,000 units of this so far in the Philippines since the launch of the V6. This is exactly the type of truck that Ford should have started with. I'm not saying the diesel is bad, but I'm saying if you're gonna choose a Raptor, it has to be the V6. You're gonna choose a recreational pickup truck, an off-road pickup truck, it has to be the V6. Now, that being said, of course, for those that want to haul a lot of stuff, the Raptor isn't supposed to be your pick. The Wild Track is still the better option. It has better payload capacity and nearly similar towing capacity as this. But with this, since you have coil springs in the rear and not leaf springs, you do not have as much payload capacity as the Ranger Wild Track or even its other competitors such as the Hilux, the D-Max, and the BT50, or even the Triton. Ford, I think, has been on a roll lately in the sense that they've been producing such really, really good cars that the enthusiasts would like. And I'm talking about, the latest Mustang. I'm talking about the Bronco. Ford Philippines now has the Bronco Outer Banks. There's the Raptor now with the V6 powertrain. It's amazing stuff. And it's something that I hope Ford continues producing down the line. I think, Ford continues these kinds of stuff. People will really appreciate their vehicles. Now, all that being said, while the Raptor is a very capable vehicle off-road, it's not exactly the type of truck you would want to get if you're into heavy rock crawling, into heavy trail. There are other pickup trucks for that. That's because, the Raptor's built especially for loose surfaces, for a lot of high speed surfaces, loose sand, loose gravel, and that's where it shines. Ford engineered the whole underbody, the whole suspension to do just that. Now, the thing with that is, you don't want to mess that up if you want to set the car for a specific use off-road. There are other trucks for that. You can use the wild track. You can set that up for heavier trail. That's because, I'm not saying it can't do it. You can. There's a heavy aftermarket support for the Raptor. But I'm just saying, I don't think it's a car I would want to touch so much, in the sense that I would want to really use this car as intended. So finally, Ford has given the Ranger Raptor the engine it deserves, as well as the added footwork underneath. This has been Carlos Divino of YugaAuto, and I'll see you in the next video.